Hello and welcome to The Studio Demands It, an exercise in creative thinking where we will conceptualize, pitch, and craft a film or series based on the demands from one of you listeners acting as a hypothetical Hollywood overlord.
Overlord!
As professional screenwriters ourselves and massive cinephiles, we talk movies all the time.
All the time!
And we'd like to believe that we can meet any demand thrown at us. We will be your screenwriters for this episode. I am TC DeWitt, and joining me, as always, is Jim going in reverse Berzelic. You're always backing up.
I am.
It was a very, very ranty, aggravated moment from Jim. We were leaving dinner, and a guy was backing up, and you went, "Oh, I hate people who go in reverse."
Did I say go in reverse?
That's what you just said. You just very angrily said,
"That's not."
"Oh, I hate people going in reverse." Well, that's not what you meant.
No, who back in?
Who back in?
It was because he gave me a screwed up face look, like I was the one in the way, but he's the one doing a Y turn backwards into a parking space
in a big truck
with a dually. Not even a big truck, a dually.
Well, you got to get out of his way.
Fat ass truck.
Get out of his way.
Yeah, I was trying.
Not fast enough.
Clearly,
you should have just paused and let him run his course.
Yep. I should have.
I don't mind people parking head out because I get it. It's a swifter escape plan.
I mean, I guess, like, what are you escaping from?
You never know what's out there.
I know everything that's out there.
Witches, vampires, the unhoused.
Which one?
That's one thing.
Oh, that's all the same thing.
Yeah. Oh. A vampire, witch, unhoused person.
Oh, no.
Change and blood.
No,
it was bad enough that he was, but it's the big truck issue that.
And just seeing that someone is backed in doesn't bother me. It's specifically when anyone else is there in the way waiting on them. Mm-hmm. It makes me crazy.
I'm with you on that, but I don't like when I see big trucks park in two spots, like they just deserve it because their truck's big. That's on you. You find a parking spot that fits you. You don't get two spots. That's taking a spot away from someone who needs that spot.
I normally would, but like, I don't know. I guess that's a fight I gave up a while ago. I'm not gonna bother, like, because the trucks are huge and the parking spaces here at least are real small.
So go park on the street, big truck man.
They're small there too, but they probably should.
Yeah, you hear me?
But then someone might dent their big truck.
Good. We have an acquaintance who, whenever someone parks like a shithead, will deliberately park like an inch to their door. Like we'll strategically back their car into the spot so there's like 6 inches between doors, because this person's vehicle can get damaged. They don't care. So they will, as a point of protest, like, oh, you're gonna park like a jerk? Watch what happens now. Good luck getting in your car. Oh no, I got a new ding on my car. I wonder where that came from. Yeah. There was a time where it was a white Silverado. There was a neighbor in one of the neighborhoods I lived in out here. This D-bag drove like a maniac, just ripping around, changing lanes, running red lights, and it was always this big white Silverado truck. Mm-hmm. And I never
caught him.
Never caught him. I never got him. I was gonna give him a piece of my mind.
Get him.
I was gonna say, hey,
have this.
Who do you think you are?
And then what? Then where did that go?
Well, I would want to know.
Oh,
I'd say, hey, you. Who do you think you are?
Jim Berzelic.
Whoa, is this your big white Silverado?
It sure is.
Why are you driving like a maniac? You're gonna hurt people.
I'm in a hurry.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Are you in a hurry right now?
Yes.
I'm holding you up?
You are.
I am so sorry. Oh my God, you need to go. Get out of here.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, man.
That's how it went in your head, huh?
I feel bad. Or worst case scenario, I get my ass kicked. Just a big beefy man who just pounds me into the dirt. Speaking of
dirt?
No, a big beefy man pounding me into the dirt. Let's get to today's episode.
Yeah.
Jim, our amazing listeners have given us demands from studios literally all over the world. And you listening right now, you can send us any demand you'd like, and we will have to meet it right here on the spot. And when we reach the end of the episode, if we've done our job, we will have pitched a full script or story, meeting or even exceeding those demands. And when the end of the season comes, your demand could have helped us craft the script that will be greenlit by the fans for the finale. Thank you to everyone who keeps submitting. Keep them coming. Thank you, everyone. Today's demand comes from. I don't have. I gotta go to the demands. I had word searched Jason Statham.
Okay.
We had a demand for Jason Statham. Knowing that Working Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Working Man.
Went to see Working Man.
We went and saw Working Man, and it sure was
a Working Man.
Anyway, so I wanted to do a Statham movie. So okay, here we go. Buster. This is from Buster at Crumble Cake Production Studios. Okay.
Delicious.
Yes, this is the right one. Okay. You two have said it before. There are very few movie stars left. The Rock, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Cruise, and Ryan Reynolds all sell movies on their name value. Is that true?
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson, I think that's... I don't know if I would have considered her one of the few...
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
She may still be. I haven't decided if the new Jurassic World... I didn't want to see... knowing that they're making more, I'm like, they're just going to get worse. Why would I keep... I saw Dominion, and I regretted that. Why would I watch this next one? And I saw the trailer for it.
He leans over and just curses under his breath loud enough for me to hear. I'm like, what? Does it look good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough that you said you'd go see it.
Enough that I'll go see it. It intrigued me.
Oh, God. Maybe talk about directors you do not like?
Sure. But real quick, thinking about it, like Scarlett Johansson's in it, I don't think I want to see the new Jurassic World just because of her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't detract from it.
Yeah.
She might actually be a part of the reason why I want to. It looks like they're trying to move on from the previous cast.
Yes, it does.
And what's weird is, right, I love all of those people. But can't stand them in a Jurassic World movie.
They missed another trick, folks. We've put it on the table before. You need to pick it up and use it. There's a dweeby guy in there who's a dinosaur expert. That should be Tim.
Yeah.
It should be Tim. Owen should have been Tim. This guy should have been Tim.
Yep.
If you want to keep connecting. But you know what? You're right. They may be moving away from the old stuff, and it shouldn't be Tim. That's on me. I'm sorry. I take it back. Drive away in your Silverado. I apologize. I'm sorry, Buster. We walked all over your... No, you know what? I want to keep going on this tangent. We'll come back to it. Okay.
This episode is all over the place.
We need a nap.
I think so.
The Rock, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Cruise, Ryan Reynolds all sell their movies on name value. And there's one guy you never mentioned, Jason Statham. We were just talking about this last night.
Yes, we were, and we're going to talk about it more today.
Statham is one of the last true movie stars. People see his movies because he's the man. And even better is that he's making box office gold while not being in any huge IPs. That's true. He's not Expendables, but he's not the star of that.
Nope. Fast and Furious.
He's not the... Yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry.
Let's finish.
Making him even more impressive than any of those losers who need Marvel or Fast or Impossible. Hey. He's managed to be this big of a star without IP. But what if he was on an IP? The only time Statham was ever used to his fullest potential was Crank and Crank 2. The man is a living video game character. Now, I'm not demanding you stick him in a video game IP, but you can if you choose. Okay, thank you, Buster. Okay, my studio demands you find the franchise that has been waiting for the cockney, muscled, manly man to make a mint. The studio demands, quote, a Statham. That's the demand.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? I'm sorry. What was
Buster,
the name of Buster?
Yeah.
Buster is spot on. He is correct. Statham is a movie star. So I might have questioned this last season or the season before. Mm-hmm. But so we went to see Working Man, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. I did not care for it. There it is. There it is.
Yep.
I'm super sorry.
Just putting it out there.
But the thing I had said, I leaned over to TC and I said, all of the goodwill that the Beekeeper earned, because the Beekeeper was just a ridiculous concept of a movie, and then we went to see it, and it was a bunch of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Right, it was dumb in places, but it knew that, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it being shot well.
Yep.
And yeah, it was fun, and it at the time I didn't realize it garnered a whole bunch of goodwill.
At least
for Jason Statham.
Mm-hmm.
For basically this sort of the same way Keanu Reeves has garnered a career of like, hey, this is going to be a Keanu Reeves movie, whether it's John Wick or another John Wick. It's like, we're going to see this, and Keanu Reeves is going to kick ass shooting guns and punching people. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Jason Statham did the same thing, and I think it's not all on Beekeeper. There was a lot of steps to get there, but I think Beekeeper was sort of
like a deciding factor.
Yeah. Right. When's the last time we saw a Jason Statham movie previous to Beekeeper?
Hobbs and Shaw.
That stood on its own in the theaters.
I think Hobbs and Shaw was just as much a Statham movie as a Rock movie.
It was.
And given the Rock's track record from there and on, I think Statham was the more reliable bet.
Sure.
And honestly, I go all the way back to Transporter. I know Statham hit my radar with Snatch, where he is a dork. He's not a fighter in that movie. He's a bookie, a mini gangster. When Transporter came along, Statham was great in it. So much so that I don't remember. Actually,
that really was sort of the original. That what the Beekeeper was, which was this is like. So my experience with the Transporter in the theater was it was ridiculous, and me and my friends made fun of it. But it created an experience we all love and remember, and thus that first Transporter was a touchstone for us. Right. We went to the second one hoping to repeat the thing, and it didn't quite do it because the second one tried to be in on it. Yeah. Does that make sense?
He literally flips a car and takes a bomb off the bottom of it.
Yeah. in the reverse corkscrew that should actually work.
But you're not wrong. The 2 dialed it up, but then dial it even further and you get Crank, and then dial it even further, you get Crank 2.
And so I guess Statham has been doing this for a while, but it all kind of came around. I feel like it had kind of fallen away, and the Beekeeper felt like a return to form, if you will.
Sure.
And I didn't realize how much goodwill, at least for me, I shouldn't speak for anyone else, but for me, the Beekeeper was like, yeah, let's go see just a Jason Statham movie, a crazy Jason Statham movie. Let's do this.
Watch him.
And then we went to see Working Man, and it just emptied the bank. It sucked up all the goodwill that Beekeeper provided, and it just was it became a chore.
Well, here's what I distilled it down to. A movie musical is going to live or die on whether or not those songs are staying in your head. Let it go. Like if there's a hook in there, that's a good movie musical. Even just 1 or 2 songs that have that you remember. Sure. So if you walk away from a movie musical and the next day you can't remember a single one of those songs, that was a bad movie musical. I'm sorry to say. In a Statham movie, and this isn't an action movie across the board, but it could be. But for Statham specifically, no good fight scenes. But it's not that the fight scenes were choreographed bad or performed bad, because you could see that those fight scenes were well conceived. They were just poorly executed in the filmmaking. The editing was bad. It was all shot too close.
Probably because it was shot poorly.
It was,
you could tell it was fought well.
Yeah, and that's why I would have forgiven everything dumb and bad about the plot.
Absolutely.
And if the fight scenes had been bicycle pedals on oil fight. Yeah. Right.
Or even Beekeeper level, fine, give us a computer room fight.
Yeah,
dodging between pillars.
Let's see it. Yeah,
yeah. Well, and I guess that's actually that's true. That is what they had. Every one of the fights stood on its own, conceptually, right? They didn't really repeat things. It was always a different type of fight in a different set piece, but we couldn't see it. It was competent clear filmmaking until the action started,
And then
and
suddenly
then the camera like got up in there like it was throwing punches too.
the camera guy was in on the fight.
and you couldn't see anything.
And actually, this is a good conversation to be had for what the demand is because we are trying to understand what a Jason Statham movie is, and what works and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
We could paint this across action movies specifically,
Shit.
action movies in general,
Shit.
but specifically Statham. Yeah.
Hot theory.
Yeah.
Jason Statham. This might be years late to it. Jason Statham is a 21st century Jackie Chan.
Yeah, an American,
British.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is he British?
Yeah,
that's his actual voice.
Yeah.
All this time, I thought that was a choice.
I mean, it's also a choice.
No, distilling down what makes Statham movies work is likened to Jackie Chan movies. Like, you want to see a good fight,
Mm-hmm.
Jackie can just be Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
The plot can be just pretty straightforward. Get to bad guy to bad guy. But it's more than just any action movie. Statham comes with a charm. He doesn't stretch his range to be anything more than Jason Statham now in this.
Mm-hmm.
It's reminiscent of that 90s, late 80s, early 90s action film star that went away with when the big muscle-bound machismo went away.
Sure. Went away with Die Hard.
Right. Yeah, thanks a lot, John McClane. You beautiful man. That classic era of muscle-bound manly men is what Statham is. Honestly, I think Mark Wahlberg wishes he was Jason Statham.
He's tried a couple times.
He has, and I think Mark Wahlberg has had some successes in his career in the action movie realm, but more often than not, Wahlberg playing Wahlberg in a movie doesn't really it's not unwatchable, but I don't love it. But when Statham shows up, even in like the Expendable movies, I'm happy to see him.
I think a big part of it is because Jason Statham, he doesn't, but he looks like he does his own stunts.
Yeah, and he does do a lot of his own fighting.
He does his own fighting.
Yeah.
Like that's a big part of it.
It really is. It really is a big part of what makes him so compelling to watch, is that he is capable of
that is him throwing the fake punches, and
he won't be able to do it much longer because he's gonna get older. But as long as he wants to keep kicking ass, like, yes, please. He's like almost 60. He's 57, and he's still good at what he does. I like the male pattern baldness he's embraced. It's like taking John McClane and re-injecting him with the machismo of the early 90s action hero.
So, Die Hard 5?
No.
Die Hard 6.
No, new IP.
Die Hard 7.
What is the IP waiting for? I'm John McClane, New York's finest. So to get on point here, the demand says, actually rewind here, he is a living video game character. When you think of Transporter, when you think of Beekeeper, honestly, when the Hitman movie came out, it was like, why are you not casting Jason Statham?
That was gonna be my first suggestion.
Give him Hitman?
Yeah.
Well, we've seen Timothy Olyphant, and we've seen can't remember his name. They did, and there's a TV show for Transport. Or no,
Hitman.
For Hitman, was there a TV show?
I don't know.
Whatever. Agent 47. Yeah.
I like that idea. What appeals to me about the Hitman franchise, though, Jason Statham wouldn't be good for is Jason Statham is the one-man army type where he will fight a bunch of goons to get at the big bad to then have another fight. And Hitman, you could do that. They did do it in the movies. It makes for a fun action movie, but I think what would make a really good Hitman is actually trying to do something more spy-like, something like really embracing the spy element of Hitman to doing sniper shots and poisons and garrotes and stuff, and just being really quiet about it. I want to basically that first notion and say, no, we're gonna go to the next. We're gonna find another one.
Yeah. Weirdly, the opening of A Working Man was so James Bond-esque. Like it didn't have this
the montage
yeah,
of his backstory.
yeah, and like
of the military.
very stylized, like the bullets were pillars that he was moving between.
Like
and
that.
it moves,
Yeah.
so you could literally remove the audio and put up a Bond theme, and it would
Mhm.
not miss a beat.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think A Working Man was an attempt to be the first in a continuing franchise. To me, it felt like they just took Taken and John Wick, put them together, and then ended it in a way.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Yeah.
No,
I don't
sequel bait.
need-
Sequel bait.
yeah,
Not a cliffhanger. Sequel bait.
Yeah, actually, that's true. It wasn't a cliffhanger. It had a definitive ending,
Snitches.
but there was sequel bait.
Yeah, snitches get stitches. The one of Jason Statham's one of my favorite performances from him, and it also says a lot about him willing to do this, is the movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy. He plays like a spy
Yeah.
in this silly movie, and he's very in on the joke, and it's a good comedic turn for him, and
Mhm.
that's something that Statham is good at. Is his comedy chops, his timing is just
Yeah.
as good as his action, and he has proven some drama ability too.
So to that end, I don't want to make it sound like he couldn't do my idea of the taut thriller hitman.
Yeah,
He very much could, but that wasn't the demand. The demand was to make a Statham,
yeah.
and that has getting oiled up to fight 6 guys at once.
Yeah.
Action.
So
Um,
so not Hitman.
And weirdly, I think that kind of takes him out of it. Like, how cool would it be to see him in like an Assassin's Creed hood?
Oh man, yeah.
Um,
But with the exposed arms. Yeah. Assassin's Creed, Kratos, like seeing him as Kratos
Oh,
in
sure.
like a God of War. Imagine
yeah, that
him,
could be cool.
I'm a
The
god,
the
I'm a
only thing
god.
this doesn't do. It's a weird.
I'm
So
a God of
trying to
War.
find a video game to also be a Statham is a weird one.
Yeah.
Because some of these do require being specific characters,
Mhm, mhm.
whereas my notion here, at least that I'm picking up of what a Statham is ultimately the story can kind of be thrown away.
Yeah.
It's this bare bones thing to get us from one fight to the next, which, to be fair, I guess that was the other problem with Working Man, because all the action scenes were so garbled cable looking fights.
And middle of the movie, Jim leans over. He's like, it's like watching scrambled cable.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and there's no chance of us seeing a tit.
Like you said, anything else it wouldn't have mattered, but because the fights,
Yeah.
because you couldn't see the fights, that meant all you could really focus on then was the rest of the movie,
Mhm.
and you really see where the plot of that doesn't come together right.
Yeah.
So we're, I think, complaining more about this movie
Yeah,
than
yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
about like any movies in
100 plus
in years.
Yeah. Okay, so thinking of let's dabble with
But,
video games. Yeah.
My point, my point, coming back to it was, in a Statham, done right, you want to get to the action. It's about these fight scenes,
Right.
and who Statham is, right? Like, is he, right? Just a working man who used to be a soldier? Is he a trans? Like all these things, it doesn't matter. We just want to see Jason Statham
Punch.
fight a bunch of
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
And so, as cool as Kratos is, I feel like a lot of a God of War movie would have amazing fight scenes, but it would also be there would be a lot of story, which again Jason Statham could do, but that does not a Statham make.
Right. So are you looking at, like, say, Double Dragon or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Are you
Streets of Fury, or is it Streets of Fury? Yeah, something like
Fists of Fury.
Actually, I'm thinking of. Oh my God! I can't believe I'm not thinking
Fatal
of it.
Fury.
Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? That's what I'm thinking of.
Are you
is it Bad Dudes? Is it just Bad Dudes? Is that what I'm thinking of?
There's Dude Force or
No, it's Bro Force.
Bro Force. Yeah.
Which he is a character. Actually, he might have more than one because they're always they're characters.
Like the Bro Porter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
where are you trying to get to? You're thinking of.
I didn't have one in mind. I was just trying to say so story heavy video game properties wouldn't be the right way to go.
So
right?
like Fatal
think
Fury,
about technically
Streets of Rage.
Oh my god, the Uwe Boll movie that Jason Statham was in.
Oh my god! In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege Tale.
That was a video game movie.
That was a video game movie. Oh my god!
And in which Jason Statham's character was named Farmer.
I'm a farmer.
Because that was his job.
I'm a farmer.
So, right, that technically should qualify as a Statham.
Yeah. The Streets of Rage is the side scroller, old school Nintendo. Just punch your way through. There's the blonde guy. I think video games are the right way to go, but I'm trying to think if there's anything outside of video games that he would be suited for. That's just punch, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm just nothing's coming to mind because I'm on the spot here. But actually back up. Let's go back to fighting games. Like
honestly, you can pick almost any job, and we could come up with a plot from there.
Like an accountant? Could he be the accountant?
No, he can't be the accountant.
Why
That's
not?
the one job.
Oh, it's a stolen job?
Yeah.
Someone already has that job?
Yeah.
Who'd win in a fight? Whoever this accountant is, or Jason Statham? Jason Statham.
Hang on.
Wait. You say Ben Affleck's the accountant could beat up Jason Statham?
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
I had to do all of the calculus.
Oh, you did all
in my head. Yeah, I did the meme. All the equations were floating in front of my face.
Oh my god! I just thought of a job, and then I thought of an IP, and I know what we can do.
I mean, the first place I went that I thought would be a hilarious joke would be Mario Brothers. He's like, "I'm just a plumber,"
but it's been done.
Yeah,
the plumber. I got something, Jim.
What do you got?
I think this might. Okay, I'm a sailor man.
No.
Yeah. The movie's Jason Statham is Popeye.
Oh my goodness.
Jason Statham as Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye, a Statham movie.
Think about it. Like,
yeah.
Put the freaking anchor on his shoulder.
He's got to save olive oil.
He can wear the little hat.
Yep.
He's even pipe it up. He doesn't have to do the.
He just doesn't have the Popeye.
He doesn't have the
This
voice.
is the gritty reboot of Popeye.
This is the gritty reboot. Jason Statham is Popeye the Sailor Man. Keep the accent, and he's just got, and it's excuses to punch, and get to that spinach, baby.
Yep.
Now, like, I don't know. Oh my god, I don't know if he goes full like he eats the spinach and buffs up, or if it's just like
that. So that's sort of the thing. And I feel I want to say yes just because I think it'd be hilarious to have Jason Statham as Popeye beating the crap out of sailors or whoever else.
Yeah.
And to kind of like have all the different Popeye bits. However, Popeye is so cartoony because it is a cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't see that being included in the Statham.
It's the gritty like. It's
I know,
you know how like SNL does like when the Joker came out, David Harbour hosted and they did Grouch.
Yeah,
and they
I'm grouchy.
Yeah. Or like when Pedro Pascal hosted and they did Mario Kart as the Last of Us.
Sure.
Yeah. This would be Jason Statham's
is Popeye,
and it's a Statham.
Yeah.
So all the Popeye pastiche is like is as twisted and turned around as Grouch or.
Sure.
Or the Mario Kart movie that Pedro Pascal, right?
Well, all right. Episode done.
All right. Popeye the Sailor Man. So, because like Popeye has a kid in Sweet Pea. Mm-hmm. You've got Olive Oil who's kidnapped, and then Bluto as an enemy.
Yep.
Tangentially from out, Jenny Tartakovsky did a Popeye pitch. Fully animated a scene of a Popeye cartoon 10 maybe 15 years ago, and it would have been a dialogueless movie where it would be like it didn't have clear dialogue, so like speaking in Simish or whatever. And you can find the sizzle reel short film. It's like 3-4 minutes long on YouTube. It's so good, and why it just has all the right sort of comedic animated timing that it should have. He's a great filmmaker, and he knows animation and action and timing so well. That's just a non sequitur for a second. But yeah, imagine Statham in a little sailor outfit, rescuing and just finding someone big as to play Bluto that he has to fight in the end.
The Rock.
God. I think Momoa.
Rock's bigger.
Rock's bigger than Momoa?
Yeah.
Okay, so can we get The Rock?
Like I'm just talking size. You got to get as big of a guy as you can find. The Mountain. We can get The Mountain.
The Rock already looked like a sailor man, like Bluto in Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
So we just get that outfit back on The Rock, and now just put a beard on him.
Yep.
His conquistador beard from Jungle Cruise, and he has to fight Statham.
Yep.
Now the thing is, can The Rock humble himself enough to let Statham beat him?
Yes. I feel The Rock's career has pivoted in a way that he might embrace being a villain.
He might be okay with it. How about?
I mean, I don't know if you how much you follow. He became the villain in WWE.
That's
like
right.
He went back and he became the.
He's the Vince McMahon villain now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Vince McMahon's a bad dude in real life.
Yeah.
I was aware of that. Yeah.
So why wouldn't he do it in his movies?
Okay. So
I could be wrong. The Rock might still be like, no, I only do good guy stuff and I don't lose. I don't know. I don't know if he's still pushing
The Rock
that.
don't kidnap
that.
women.
Yeah.
Well, what about me? We need to like who's Wimpy then? The guy who eats all the hamburgers.
Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan. Oh, look, he's kidnapping. Why is he kidnapping? Oh, I don't think he should be doing that.
That's your Jim Gaffigan.
Ah, come on. Oh,
it's
God,
okay.
Look at that. You know when he does like the high pitch. Oh.
Yeah.
Mommy, why is he eating a burger again? Hot Pockets. No.
It's okay. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to sit over here and work on it a little bit. You talk to the listeners.
How you guys doing?
No, talk about
good
Popeye.
Out there? Oh. So honestly,
look at me.
How do I vamp while you're working on an impression?
The mic. I'm working on Jim Gaffigan's Wimpy over here. Oh.
Stop! No.
Look at me. Oh, I gotta eat all the Wimpy burgers. Oh, what are you doing? I have a lot of kids. Wimpy burgers. Oh, why is he still doing it over here when Jim's trying to talk? Oh, let him do the episode. Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, nailed it. All right, what did I miss?
We finished the episode.
Oh, we did a Statham.
Me and the audience.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah. I'm lost.
Who's Olive Oil? We can get the girl who is just a working man to be. No, she's way too young for him. We need like a.
No, so the reason I picked Gaffigan is because he reminds me contemporarily of the guy who played him in the Robin Williams one. So it doesn't have to be him. Okay. It could be someone else.
We don't have to do Statham the Sailor Man if you're not. You don't seem.
No. I'm into it. Like I don't know what's a craft for the movie. Like I feel like just naming the IP and then it's like.
Okay, do a Popeye. I guess like. Let me. You know what? I will do a moment here to like. What is a Popeye story? I've seen Popeye cartoons. It's been a long time.
But it's sort of like what you just said. Bluto comes into town, sees Olive Oil's like, she's the girl for me, and like literally, and she's like, no, thank you, I have a man, and Bluto's like, I don't care, and he scoops her up and takes her off, and she goes, Popeye, and Popeye hears her all the way across town, and is like, Olive,
no, it's Statham.
What?
It's Statham.
No, but I'm telling you what a Popeye is.
Okay.
And then he has to go across town, and then sometimes a Bluto will have henchmen that Popeye has to beat before then. Sometimes he just has to punch fish that get in the way.
Punch a fish. Do you think it'd be go full rated R, or is it going to be PG-13 for salty sailor talk and like
Oh no, R because of salty sailor talk.
I'm gonna hook you up.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay, what is the spinach situation here? Is it really like he's down for the count, he eats spinach and or is there some uh, equivalent here, like equivalency? Like, are we one for wanting this? It's just set in the 30s in a seaside harbor town, and there's like an old timey dock and a greasy diner and a dangerous back alley, and everything looks vintage, but the action hits like a modern John Wick movie dipped in sailor grease. Like, are we doing that, or are we like setting it contemporarily?
That was sort of that's the crux that I earlier was having a problem with like it could be too cartoony.
What if Guy Ritchie directed it?
What I no even then, but even just the concept of even if spinach just revitalizes him, that's kind of
silly. It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so having that be like, but to make Popeye without spinach,
right? There has to be a thing that is equal to spinach. That it's not just he eats spinach and zaps up. If it's like
cocaine.
No, so the crank movies exist, man. Dave Bautista playing Bluto.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And he would totally do it too. Like,
yeah, he would.
He has the beard and the bald head in 2049 in Blade Runner, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, he didn't have a beard in that.
No. He had. I can picture him.
Something. Yeah.
I can picture him. Whatever. Yeah.
He had a goatee in James Bond.
Yeah. As Q to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Q to kill.
Yeah. Okay. So Batista is Bluto, and so Popeye is retired. He's retired. He's just enjoying. He's got his baby girl. That.
No, he's not retired. He comes back because he's a sailor man. So he's been out sailing. And he comes back to town, and Bluto's taken over.
Oh yeah. So he's the town. There's like a corrupt Bluto. Brutus Bluto. He's bought the harbor and he's running the town, and it's a drug smuggling ring. So it can be cocaine in the end or whatever that jacks him up. That the spinach is him just taking an injection of whatever drug it is. They're calling it spinach. Yeah, like it's in spinach cans. That's how they're like importing and exporting it. And and Bautista. Wait. Is Bluto the boss, or is Bluto the muscle to the boss? Like, can we have, if Bluto is the muscle and not the brains of the villainous operation, then there's a muscle to get through, and
no. Bluto was always the bad guy.
Bluto's the bad guy. Okay. I don't know if that. Did he ever have a single other villain?
Bluto can have henchmen.
Yeah, that's true.
They're all running his operation. Yeah. So there's lots of pins for the bowling ball of Jason Statham's Popeye to knock down.
Yeah. There was another Bluto type character at some point in Popeye's history, because there was a mistake by whatever syndicated Japanese like foreign company bought Popeye and like misnamed him or something.
Oh yeah.
But
was it Brutus?
It was Brutus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But whatever the case, okay, so Bluto runs the town, and so Olive Oil is like, what's her role? Like, does she investigating? Is she like a cop investigating the docks, or is she run the diner?
Yeah, she runs the diner.
Okay, so she runs the diner.
No, she doesn't even run it. She's a waitress.
Oh, she's a waitress.
She's a waitress at the diner
with her brother, Wimpy.
No. If Wimpy ran the diner, it would be out of business instantly.
No. Yeah, he just is always there.
Yeah.
Oh, give me some more hamburgers. Oh, why you gotta always eat all the hamburgers?
See, I'm rethinking Jim Gaffigan now.
Oh, you just don't want to hear me do this perfect spot-on impression anymore. This is an insult. I'm gonna be over here working on it some more. Can you believe this guy?
Who am I wanting now? He already kind of had the look. What's his name from Balls of Fury?
Oh,
And,
yeah, Dave Fogler.
Yes, Dave Fogler is Wimpy.
Yeah, sure. He's lovable. Who's Olive Oil? Florence Pugh. Too young. Like, it's got to be someone that is in her late 40s at best.
No.
Like,
No.
you can't have a 30-year-old hottie hook up with 60-year-old Popeye.
Why? They're cartoon characters.
No, these are live action people. Zoe Saldana.
Sure.
She's as thin as Olive Oil.
Yeah.
I'm not body shaming. It's just she's a very lithe individual.
I'm telling her.
Oh
and
shit!
She's gonna be
She's
upset.
gonna punch me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
She's very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she's Popeye's ex. She don't need saving. I don't need saving. I'm actually like not using.
They're not. No, they have trouble because Popeye's constantly going out to sea.
Yeah.
And she's here all alone.
Yeah.
What is she supposed to do? She needs a man who's going to be around and can protect her.
I'm around for you, Olive Oil.
That's not what Dave Fogler sounds like. It is now.
Oh no, I'm like racking my brain to think if I can do anything that Okay, that's
Dave
fine.
Fogler sounds more like this.
Yeah, I'm Dave Fogler. So they've had it on again, off again, and it's off. Like, he comes back, like, I'm back, Olive Oil. She's
sure. I don't think that I don't know that I'd say that they're off.
Yeah.
Because when Bluto comes around,
okay, they've had this disrupted relationship.
Yeah.
He's back, and he's like, I'm staying this time. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, all right,
I'll believe it when I see it.
but I'll give you a chance. Let's meet for dinner tonight. And then that's when she goes missing.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, she mixes it up with Bluto, and he maybe she's like, no, I'm not going to pay your tithes for owning the dock. This is my diner. I'm not going to be run out of your. I don't need your protection.
I'm not letting you run your spinach through my kitchen anymore.
Yeah, your spinach. Sounds silly when you say it that way. So
and then Bluto can be like, I've let you get away with a whole lot on these docks because I have a shine for you. I fancy you, Olive Oil.
Yeah.
You just come be my Goyle.
My Goyle. Oh
and
no.
Dave Bautista will say Goyle.
I got a better than
Okay.
Dave Fogler.
Okay.
Paul Walter Hauser.
Yes. You found it.
Sorry, you're my Goyle. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
it
that's
just
okay.
Struck me now.
But basically, he basically says one way or another, you're going to be my Goyle. So either you come willingly, or that's a perfect Dave.
Oh, it's Dave Bautista. I forgot. Okay. Yeah.
One
way or another, you're gonna be my girl. That's pretty good.
I'm
on an impression rant today.
So he abducts her.
Yeah.
And trashes the diner.
Yeah, and then Popeye shows up. He's like, "What's going on?" Wimpy's there hiding. Like, the docks are overrun by Bluto, and he's running his spinach through here.
You can say it. It's spinach.
What are you talking about? Show me this spinach. And he like squeezes the can open and smell. Don't cringe. He pops it open. And he's like, "This ain't spinach. Yeah, we know it's drugs. Why would he be smuggling actual spinach, Popeye? Jeez." Just imagine him finally taking it and just like goes into slow-mo, and he's like, and we just watch that Guy Ritchie like speed up slow, speed up and slow, punching guys' faces off. Like, once he finally goes full tilt and kicks some ass, seeing bones just snapping out of arms.
Yep.
Just full Statham. We're giving you the full Statham.
The full Statham.
The full shot in a beautiful wide as well, so you can see every bone breaking and vein bulging and forearms swelling like overinflated airbags. Because he will swell. Yeah. He's all oiled up.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about this.
Yeah. You're very much getting into it.
So then, the place is trashed, and then when he first rolls into town. So backing up, like when Popeye first rolls in, he has his first little confrontation on the dock where they're like, hey mate, you gotta pay the toll to port here now. And like,
I don't pay nothing. No,
and gets in a,
no,
he's
no.
like,
It has to be something else.
they have to go after him.
It's not anyone going after him. It's because I think the way it needs to start is just like in a couple of but it needs to start with him inserting himself, like he's helping someone. Like
I see him shaking someone down, just like we saw in the movie last night. He rolls back into town. He thanks the crew he was with. They thank him because he's so good at punching fish. And then he
see ya, Pop.
See ya, Pop. And he has the bag and he's coming down and he like goes to grab a bite to eat or whatever and sees someone getting roughed up in an alley. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Leave him alone."
Sure.
Then they like, "Hey, stay out of it." And he's like, and they like, "Let's see how much money you got on you." And then they come after him and he's like, "You don't want to do this. I'm a sailor man."
And he beats him up with his bag.
Yeah, with the bag. He doesn't even put the bag down.
Nope.
He just kicks their asses. And then he goes to see about a girl. And then that's when he runs an olive oil and she's like, "Things have changed around here."
Yep.
Wait,
that was a perfect Zoe Saldana.
Nailed it. Well, see, this is going to be a huge franchise, and she is in all the biggest movies of all time.
It's true.
So this makes sense. Oh my God! So then he has to just tear his way through the docks to get to Bluto.
And the thing is that all of those people, well, actually, the first place he goes after Bluto takes Olive, the first place he goes actually is Bluto's
he just goes
hideout.
Just goes right to it.
Yeah. And Bluto's not there. So that's why he has to, now he needs to bust some heads to find out where Bluto's gone.
Yeah. Where is Bluto? Is he closing another deal? Like,
I'm still not sure how goofy, how cartoony I want to get with it. But basically, he's going to have to beat up a number. No, you said keep it's. We're doing this.
Go ahead.
He's out on an island. He has a secret island that he's out on. Basically, I was wondering, is Popeye going to have to fight fishmen?
Oh yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's readjust here, because you're right. The cartoonish nature of this simply being a Popeye movie, we could verge more into, say, like a Pirates of the Caribbean or Jungle Cruise, where there is mystical and fantastical elements here. And honestly, if we crack that can of spinach open, it allows us to franchise this. If he's punching mer people, it then allows him to fight the Cyclops in the next one, right?
Sure.
Like if we allow this to go into a fantasy territory, it opens up for everything.
I just don't know if it's a Statham anymore then.
Yeah, you're right. Like if we go too far into Lord of the Rings, then we're in the Name of the King of Dungeon Siege territory, and then it stops being.
And even that didn't have that much fantasy to it.
Yeah. So keeping this as real world as possible allows him to fight as many goons as possible, and gives us that Statham man on a mission, fight through stuff. Okay, let's try this then.
So it could just be Bluto's not actually at his office there on the docks. If Bluto himself is the portmaster, but I don't think he would be. I think Bluto actually just runs everything from, like, he himself is purportedly just another sailor, or maybe he's the captain of one of the ships.
Yeah. Giving him a ship or a submarine, that would be a fight sequence. Like if it's the port, so like if he gets on the dock, gets to the diner and the fight has happened there, gets to Bluto's hideout warehouse, fights there, Bluto's not there, then goes back to the dock, another fight there, hits the water, fight on the water, gets to an island, fight on the island, gets to the submarine, fight on the submarine. Like moving him like a video game character from location to location to location.
I don't know if this is an hour and a half. We can make it an hour and a half.
What, this episode or this movie?
No, this movie.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, right. So, he gets back. We didn't establish stakes enough, I think. So he gets back. He gets in that initial scuffle where he shows he's a do-gooder. He does right. He inserts himself in situations for the betterment of the good people.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to the diner. We meet Olive Oil and we learn about their trouble. Pop, you're never in town. Just because you swing by every month or so doesn't mean that we're an item. It's like, oh, don't be like that,
Don't
Olive.
be like that, Olive.
Basically, like she is trying to say, no, we're not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he is charming enough that she's like, okay, all right, dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is going to be an in near real time movie. And I don't know what we're going to do with Wimpy, but Wimpy's there too.
Yeah.
And so then Popeye goes to his bungalow or wherever he is staying.
Mm-hmm.
Basically we just need a bit of time to pass now,
so Olive can get snagged by Bluto.
Yeah.
And I think that there could be a twofold thing here. One, she's not playing nice. Like if Bluto's goons show up and say pay, and she's like, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, no, get the hell out of here. So they're like,
oh, that's easy enough. That happens right before Popeye shows up.
Yeah, that's good. So then when they show up again, she's like, I already told you I'm not. And then Bluto walks through the door. It's like,
who's saying no to my men?
No, this is Dave Bautista.
Yeah, you know, he's gonna say it like that.
So and then she's like, oh, Bluto, like she knows him.
Yeah.
So then it's a matter of like, one, you're not paying the fee that everyone has to pay here, the tax.
Yeah.
And also, looks like you were set up for dinner tonight. I'd love to have dinner with you. It's like, I want nothing to do with you. It's like,
sure.
I think you do. And then he's just being,
sure.
He just kidnaps this woman.
Yep.
And then when Statham shows up, it's
game on.
They trash the place, and that's when Wimpy reveals, and then so she's taken, and he's just going to save a girl. Simple as that. And it's a little, maybe a little dated that the princess needs rescuing, but staying in, we can still empower Olive. Honestly, a working man tried to do that, but it mishandled empowering the kidnapped girl.
Kinda, yeah.
It didn't quite go to the right lengths to they contrived a lot of.
Well, that was a part of the problem with a working man was I had a point. I interrupted you for. I'm sorry. You were saying a perfect point.
You're fine.
What was I?
The contriving her strength, as opposed to like Beekeeper, it's a revenge movie. Or the Transporter, he was given a job that happened to include a girl, and he doesn't transport humans.
Yeah.
And that pisses him off, and then puts a target on him. That now the bad guys are like, he knows too much, kill him. So it's a sort of running and gunning type movie.
And weirdly, and there are definitely ways to do it, but I feel like the angle they were trying to empower her without empowering her enough to be like, well, why doesn't she get away on her own?
Yeah.
Because ultimately we need Jason Statham to save her.
Yeah.
If she was able to do any of this on her own, if she's able to get out of the bad guys' grips or give them enough trouble, then we don't have our hero punching as many people. So, and that's the whole reason we're here.
Yeah. And so if Olive is she's tough as nails, but she's at the mercy of this behemoth and his goons, and maybe if he even like breaks her leg, like if she's debilitated in some way that she can't fight her way, she does need to be rescued, but just not making a straight up damsel in distress. Like she is in distress, but she's got enough of a chip on her shoulder that we're
okay. I don't need a reimagining of Olive Oil.
Okay.
Help me. I realize it falls into a pretty well trod trope.
Right.
But we're doing Popeye.
Yeah. I'm just trying to like, what's the balancing act here of staying true to the source material and also updating it for this reimagining. I have a tonal idea that might allow us to do more fantastical things.
So to do that, all you got to do is she can defend herself, just not against Bluto.
Mm-hmm.
He is too big and too powerful.
Yeah.
So when the goons show up, she is able to fight them off. That
Yeah,
is not the problem.
Mhm.
But then Bluto shows up,
Mhm.
and like she tries hitting him with a frying pan, and he catches it, he takes it, and then no, it's not a cartoon.
Go ahead, keep saying.
Takes a bite out of the frying pan.
Cuticle had the metal fingernails.
Yeah.
Jaws had the metal mouth.
Yeah, and Bluto has it all.
Blutista is
Blutista.
can just do whatever he wants here. Okay, so a tonal shift that we could use that would allow us to have a little more fantastical things that would still allow Statham to be punching a lot of dudes and goons is, and I hate to evoke this movie because it's not a good movie, so maybe I shouldn't say it, but like if you look at LXG, it is.
No, I don't want to. I don't think we don't actually need to go fantastical.
Okay. Then I retract any suggestions.
Right, the different groups and types of fights. That's really more. That's what makes a Statham. We need to come up with fun set pieces and group characters to fight in different ways.
So I was trying to think of some sort of like Submariners that he fights.
That's easy enough. Dudes in
scuba gear, like some sort of.
If we're gonna set it in the 30s, it wouldn't be scuba gear. It would be the full diving bell.
Oh yeah, so like
helmets.
slow moving.
So
armor,
he's on his ship, his little tug. Him and Wimpy sailing out to where Bluto went with Olive Oil, and these guys in these diving suits come up out of the water and climb up onto the ship.
Yeah.
Never mind how they did it, but they do. And so he's got to fight 4 of these big daddy looking dudes.
Yeah, and they got armor on, so he can't quite get a good hit.
And
a
lot of
clang,
bell
clang,
sounds. Yeah.
clang.
Yep.
Wimpy tosses him 2 frying pans.
Yep.
He actually uses an anchor and does like chain fighting.
Sure.
That Fred does it in Scooby Doo.
A chain dagger.
Chain dagger, yes, but it's a chain anchor, and it's a full anchor, and he's just like swinging it and clipping their bodies, and that's a good fight.
No, as fun as that would be, I actually think him just whipping around a ship, like, I guess no, if it's a steam tug, there wouldn't be a sail for him to like throw the mast into a dude. So yeah, okay, yep. I'm back to chain anchor.
And like maybe the last kill is like an oar snapped in half that he just skewers a guy through the chest with.
Of course, yep.
Yeah. Send you to Davy Jones's locker. Just overboard and like getting to the island, having some sort of like camouflaged, like a paramilitary guerrilla group that works for Bluto
Sure.
there.
Yep.
And like
that's where the spinach is grown.
Oh, on the island, yeah. Where else are you gonna grow spinach, huh?
On the mainland where everyone can get it?
No way. Do you like the idea of Bluto having having a big boat or like a mini battleship, or like when you play the game of Battleship, what is the little gunner ships? Is that just
the destroyers?
Yeah, like they're there's the 2-pegged ones.
That's destroyers.
Destroyers, yeah. So having like some sort of gunship that Statham has to get to, Popeye has to get to, and then him and Bluto just have a throwdown on this thing as it's sinking and on fire.
Sure. Yeah. Well, after he's rescued Olive Oil, Bluto would be trying to get away, and he'd be getting away on his ship.
I'll be right back.
And he'd probably try blowing up the island as he's getting away.
Statham or Batista tries to
Bluto. Bluto would be blowing up his island to wipe out the evidence and stuff, and to take out Popeye and that harlot Olive Oil who wouldn't love him. So they have to get back to their tug. Wimpy will take Olive Oil to safety. Popeye does something. Actually, this is probably where I'd rather use the anchor. He just needs to get close enough that he can get the anchor onto the ship so that he can pull himself by the chain onto it.
He takes the anchor and puts it in like a little mini cannon that he has on the
there
front
you
of
go.
it, just boom, and fires it. And then Bluto hears the clang. He goes up and like looks down and sees the anchor, and then he's like, and he turns around and pow, and he's already got on the boats. And then they have a big throwdown as the ship is sinking.
Yep.
and Popeye defeats Bluto. Now there's an issue here.
Uh-oh.
How do we franchise this? How do we make more Popeye movies?
We don't have to make more Popeye movies.
Yeah,
we can.
That was the idea. Like the demand was to create an IP.
Oh, I thought it was just to make a Statham.
It was
to make bunches of Stathams.
Let me relook. Let me check the demand again. I'm not demanding you stick them in a video game IP, but if you choose, my studio demands you find a franchise that has been waiting for the Cockney muscle man. The studio demands a Statham. So the suggestion seems to be here that to put him in an IP that allows itself to be franchised with Statham in the lead.
Okay.
So that's why I was suggesting earlier about if we go just a little more fantastical, it allows us to see Popeye sailing around the world fighting villains.
Mm.
So you could have some sort of Mediterranean adventure where he does a 1930s equivalent of Jason and the Argonauts.
Okay.
So giving just that slight skew of reality allows you more cartoonish stuff.
Well, off the top of my head, the other reason Bluto tries to blow up the island is because that's where all of his schemes have been laid out.
Mm-hmm.
So Popeye sees his inner sanctum, sees his HQ, and sees all of these plans and all of these maps leading to all of these other places and people who are a part of his network. Mm-hmm. And so he takes those plans with him.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, some sort of 1930s it's kind of like Tintin-esque, but with a man who can punch a head off. Ooh, is Statham Tintin? No, that's already been done. It's Jamie Bell. So then Bluto's defeated but gets away.
I'm just an adventuring boy.
I'm a boy reporter. So Bluto gets away. It's Statham.
Oh, does it?
We could kill Bluto, but then
Popeye didn't defeat him.
We could kill Bluto in the end. We could totally kill Bluto, and then
I think Bluto goes down with the ship, and it's assumed that he was killed.
Okay, yeah. If he just pull this, if the movie's such a success that we can contrive a reason that Bluto survived,
absolutely.
Yeah.
He had would they have tanks of air back then?
Yeah. We already saw scuba men, so he could just have a hose blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
And that's how he survived in his sinking warship.
And he does a Frankenstein.
Yep.
There you go.
How did you survive? I did a Frankenstein.
Sorry, it's Batista, so it's I did a Frankenstein. He's very soft spoken.
Your Dave Batista is very much like Harrison Ford.
It's true. Dave Batista is a lot like Harrison Ford.
It's true.
You heard it here.
In a lot of ways.
You heard it from Jim. Okay. Statham the Sailor Man. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we'll do another Statham.
Okay.
Because I think we've exhausted Popeye, the Statham man. Right?
I think so.
I mean, that's fun. I had fun doing this, but I don't know. Well, we could take a break here and then discuss if we should delve further into it. But I'm willing to take our 5 and then come back and see where else we go with a Statham. So
okay.
We'll be right back after these messages from 6.5 Media. If you hit skip, it's just 30 seconds or 60 seconds. You'll be fine. Or listen, it's fine.
No, you listen to the ads, please.
Okay, listen to the ads. Fine. Right, we didn't say it, but in that final fight, does Popeye finally inject himself or take the spinach to just amp himself up to fight Bluto, so that he is super Popeye? Because we have to spinach it up, right?
Oh, you want? I guess that could be the third act thing. Yeah.
That he finally let's see what all the fuss is about, and he takes it. He's like, oh shit, and he just beats the shit, goes Super Saiyan.
Sure.
Okay. There, did it. I just realized we never did the spinach moment and just being the finale there. Okay, did not expect to hijack the entire episode from you.
No. That's fine.
Okay, but let's back up here, and because you didn't realize it was supposed to be the demand asked for a franchise. Mm-hmm. Did any come to your mind in the break as we were sitting here?
So I don't know if you know this about me. I'm a big fan of zombies.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
I don't think we've never seen Jason Statham, and I know I said Statham doesn't really have weird stuff.
Yeah,
I think zombies could fall in such a state that it would actually work for a Statham.
Okay, yeah.
And trying to do a video game franchise I mean, I would love to just invent an entire Statham zombie franchise that is its own thing.
Yeah.
But in lieu of doing that, the two zombie games that jump to my mind that I could see Statham in. Now, part of it is I'm not as familiar with these games as maybe I should be.
Okay.
One is Dead Space.
Ooh, okay.
He is the janitor that has survived
okay.
and is fighting all of the zombies on this space station.
So he has himself a zombie alien.
Yep. Or Dead Rising. He is Frank something is the name of the photographer in Dead Rising.
Oh yeah, I'm a photographer. We know, Jesus.
And in that game, you assemble weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that had the double chainsaw bow staff type thing, and
construct weapons.
Jason Statham totally could turn any random thing into a weapon.
Like going to it's a mall in Colorado, and it's has no association whatsoever to George Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
No, because
it says on the box.
Because that was in Pennsylvania.
That's right. It's completely different. But having Statham be Frank West, showing up as a photojournalist, and then fighting his way through zombies for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a ticking clock, he has to get back to the roof to get out of there.
Sure. Well, and because there's going to be people he has to save.
Yeah.
Around the mall,
and he just gets to beat the crap out of zombies.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, they turned that into a franchise. There's more than one.
That's true.
Dead Rising.
My favorite achievement in the first Dead Rising is so when the game starts, it tells you the city, something Colorado, and the population of the city. If in the time frame you can kill the population total of the city, you unlock an achievement.
Okay.
Because that game, like, you can restart the game anytime you want. If you don't die, you can choose to restart the game with all your saved slots,
mm-hmm.
and you just have to keep starting the game over with more experience, like more XP. So you can take the 3 days you have in game time to just mode. And the best way to do it is to get a car, go into the parking garage, and just do donuts for 3 days straight and try to kill 30,000 people, zombies. Put them out of their misery. Anyway, Dead Rising is not bad. It's having him fight and punch his way through the undead. I'd watch that. Like there's something to that.
Particularly, again, I don't think Dead Rising has this. Were I to make a Statham zombie movie, which again wasn't what was asked, but I could franchise way easier, make my own idea.
Yeah.
There would basically be unique zombies. Let's steal a word from Attack on Titan, aberrant. There are aberrant zombies that aren't just mindless shufflers or even runners. There are ones with like bits of personality and they do so those would sort of be characters. And in Dead
Rising there are crazy humans that exist in the like the clown guy that's taken over the freaking amusement park, and they're like and he's got the dual chainsaws.
Nice.
Like, so you could fight that guy. There are enough villains. Those people you're saving are so dumb. Some of them deserve to be eaten alive. Come on, I'm paving a path here. Just stick with me. Here, take a gun. You don't run out of ammo. That's the hack.
That's the trick.
You give them the guns. They don't run out of ammo. Except they are freaking useless. Help!
Honestly, that works for a Statham. Jason Statham is kicking the shit out of zombies left and right, and the person in the background every once in a while, like ka-cha!
Bang!
And the thing, they would be effective shots, right?
Sure.
But they're only once in a while, and they're clearly not enough to keep the zombies at bay themselves, which is why Statham has to be here.
And having the ticking clock, the 3 days, get to the roof to get as many people out as possible on the helicopter. Yeah, you got stakes. You have and the fact that. I don't know. I've only played the first Dead Rising, so I don't know if Frank West remains the main character.
I think what I know about Dead Rising 2, I think he does, and I think the story like gets more serious, and like there's the whole countryside. Basically, I remember watching a friend play, and it's a cutscene to get you to the action, but you get grabbed by a road gang. Like they've gone insane. The leader's gone insane, and he hates you, and he throws you into this pit where all of these. I think it's at first it's you have to fight zombies, and you beat them all.
Oh my god,
and
that's a Statham.
And the gang, the gang leader's mad about it, so gang members then come into the pit, and you have to beat them, and then the gang leader jumps into the pit, and you have to beat him. And if I remember right, it cheated because you beat him, but then it goes to cutscene where he beats you.
Oh no!
He knocks you out.
Oh no!
And the story continues from there.
All right, Frank West is in the first 3 games at least. He is the main character of the second one for sure. It sounds like he's one of the playable characters in 3. I'm just checking, doing it quickly. Yeah, and he's the main character of the 4th one too. Yeah, a Jason Statham killing zombies through a Dead Rising franchise.
Unfortunately, I don't know more about Dead Rising to pitch like what the story of the movie would be.
Well, it seems to me and correct me if I'm wrong, dear listeners, that it seems to me like Walking Dead or the Romero universe, that it's zombie apocalypse has happened, the world has fallen, and the humans who have survived are just as dangerous as the zombies.
Sure.
And it's just moving yourself through the landscape of this horrible nightmare and surviving against all odds, and giving Statham an excuse to punch Walking Dead as well as the like gang leaders and motorcycle gangs along the way. I don't know if there's much more to it than that, like story wise.
Me neither, unfortunately.
So yeah, Dead Rising. I think that's a good Statham. How about Pitfall?
Honestly, that was another one on my list, and I think letting Jason Statham be a punch-sizing Indiana Jones would be great.
To have him just like running through the jungle, punching dudes. I mean, let's just go all in, punching Nazis in the jungle.
Sure.
And like just Statham is Indiana Jones. Like even if the preview of it was like, you know, you see the leather jacket going on and the hats and like building up to it, and then like turning and be like, who are you thinking? Who'd you think? Who are you expecting? Right? Like dun 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 dun.
Who are you? Harry. Name's Harry.
Pitfall Harry. Punch. Yeah. The Super Pitfall was one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo for how elastic and bouncy rubber ball animated they did Pitfall Harry Jr.
Nice.
It's like
I think it was PlayStation. They did a new Pitfall, and Bruce Campbell did the voice of Harry.
Perfect. Yeah. That's great. It's an Indiana Jones running through the jungle, punching things, looking for an idol. So there's a story to be had there. You'd mentioned Dead Space. Now, if it's zombies on a space station, right? Yeah. Like it's aliens.
Everyone has died. The one person who has survived is the main character, who I'm to understand is the janitor, and he has to cobble together weapons, like different guns in that game, to defeat the crazy zombie aliens.
The
alien zombies.
The aliens. They're I'm trying to remember. I did watch one of my friends play it. Planet Crackers, was that the name of the ships? Like that.
I'm not sure.
There's like they were harvesting resources because Earth was like had a resource shortage. So that's what whatever the case. Yeah, the zombies in space. Yeah. I think that's actually less interesting than Dead Rising because the sci-fi element of it.
You're not wrong. I thought it would be neat to see Jason Statham punching zombies on a space station.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, excuse me, the job kind of fit his thing. I'm just a janitor. I just want to survive. But he's also going to know all of the nooks and crannies of the space station.
Okay, here's another pitch for a game that would have Statham just tearing through people and punching and kicking their asses, shooting, stabbing, using some enhanced weaponry that he gets along the way.
Sure.
it's a timeline where Nazism has not been eradicated following World War II, and fascist undertones are present.
Oh.
And they were in this game when it came out in '87, and the game actually like got rid of the final boss battle is a giant Hitler with a snake head.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Bionic Commando.
Oh, you weren't talking about the game I thought you were talking
about. What do you think I was
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Oh, Wolfenstein's not bad too, but I'm talking Bionic Commando, where he's got a grappling gun hand and the Bionic Commando is working his way up through the map of like tearing through Europe to get to their ultimate weapon, which I played this game. This is an original Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm.
A friend got rid of all of his cartridges. I got them. And I played this one because it's one of like those classic best of games of the era. You can't save. If you die, you start over.
Yeah.
And that's a hard game.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the second to last level.
Oh.
And at the end of every level, you get a new weapon that you can use.
Okay.
Like little additions to your character. At the end of the second to last episode, you are given a specific gun that you must equip before you go into the final battle. I did not know that. So I went into the final battle without that weapon, and you can only beat the final boss with that gun.
Oh, no.
And it's not like you can die and choose that. Once you've entered the level, if you die, you just start that level over again. So there was no way for me to...
You can't re-choose.
You cannot re-choose. So I was stuck. I must have played and survived fighting giant-headed Snake Hitler for like half an hour before I finally just said, I beat the game, and I just turned it off. And I never went back.
Wow. I made it to level 2.
It's a tough game.
Part of it was I made it to level 2, and then it wasn't as much fun because the fun to Bionic Commando to me was swinging around on the arm. And at least that level didn't really let you do that. It was like it had very low ceilings, and it was like, how do you play the game without the arm? Like, I don't.
I don't.
I turn this off. I'll just play the first level again.
End of game.
So it's weird to say that I only ever played that first level, but I loved that game.
Bionic Commando gets a World War II Jason Statham. Guy Ritchie can direct that one too. I think Dead Rising has the most heat in what we just pitched, like throwing games out there. I think having writing a Jason Statham Dead Rising adaptation of just the first movie where he's going through the mall and following the beats of that game.
Yeah. And I think and then if we didn't follow the rest of the game franchise, if we just pulled a Resident Evil here, I think that'd be easy enough, right? Like, so the people he gets out on the helicopter, he gets out on the last one as well. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe that's sort of the cliffhanger of it, is he's the last one left behind. All he has is a walkie-talkie, and the zombies are closing in. And he's like, I'll be fine. And that's how we leave our hero. Like the next one could be the group that had him rescue those people. Like, hey, Frank, we need you to go into this other area, and over here there's these people are
I'm just a British freelance photojournalist. Why am I doing it?
Well, my guess is actually they'd reach a point where that's actually just his cover.
Oh, he had a life before he was a photojournalist to explain his inexplicable fighting skills.
Yep.
So he's brought into Colorado town, the isolated town. He hires a chopper to fly him there with nothing but his camera and his like a duffel bag full of protein bars because he's got to stay swole.
It doesn't have to, he doesn't necessarily have to have hired them. He could.
Well, in the game he hires them.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, come on.
I'll be quiet. You educate me about this game.
So because he wants to get the scoop. This city's been shut down and no one's allowed in, and so he gets and they land on the roof just as the military is setting up a perimeter, and then all hell has broken loose.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like hard R, extreme zombie gore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and working his way through. He just wants the scoop, and then he reluctantly has to start saving people
Mm-hmm.
because he's got the skill. So yeah, drop him in.
Right. Again, don't know enough about the game, but my first inclination is he thinks there's a government cover up here, and maybe there is.
Yeah.
But right, he reaches that point where it's like, these people are going to die if I don't help them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get the scoop on the government covering this up, and I'll rescue people.
Yeah, because he would befriend some of the survivors already. So it's like Otis, I think, is the janitor who's the man at the computer kind of thing, who like gets on the walkie-talkie and says, "Hey, I see two guys in the shoe store. Can you go save them?" God damn it! There's like psychopaths running around the mall that are just have like at night in the courtyard. If you get stuck out there, there's like this rock music that kicks in, and there's these people who've escaped from the prison on a Jeep with a gun on the back of it.
Of course.
Just tearing ass.
Just driving through the mall.
Yeah. And then the zombie outbreak is tied to government experiments.
Oh, okay.
And unethical meat production.
Mm.
And yeah, and then he gets up. And so your suggestion of not following the two, I think the biker gang idea that gets thrown in a pit and has to fight.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that story to know. Yeah, that could be put in there. I was just thinking it doesn't have to always be this Colorado town. I don't know if all the sequels take place there. Mm-hmm. Like it could be like, oh, the zombie outbreak went to the next town. We need to send you to Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
and or you need to go there from where you're at. Like the movie, the sequel. Since the franchise could pick up from there, I really feel like there are people who've played these games that are screaming at me right now.
Yeah, they're like, no! Yeah, I'm sure I got some facts wrong too from because it's been a while since I played it. I still have my hard copy of the game. It's one of the I have like maybe 10 games, Xbox 360 games that I've kept because I've never beat Dead Rising, but damn did I play the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a cool, it's an endless game.
Sure.
There's endless zombies.
Yeah. Not endless, 30,000.
No, they keep.
You said you can kill the town.
You can, but they keep regenerating. You can kill the total of the town.
But there's more.
But there's always regenerating more.
I see.
And I think that's the Statham right there, and fighting psychopaths and zombies and saving people. And I'm just a photojournalist with a particular set of skills.
I can strap a chainsaw to anything.
Just watching him swing in that. Now he's chain dagger fighting with instead of an anchor. Yeah. It's So I say another Statham that has more, at least 3 movies in it, more than Popeye.
Sure,
Popeye is probably a one and done. Dead Rising. You can have as many Stathams as there are games. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many? There's 7 or 8 Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich.
And only one of them pretends to follow. Well, no, I guess technically 2 or 3 pretended to follow
the games.
The games as well. But there is a point where it's just Paul W.S. Anderson doing what he wants.
I'm going to do what I want, which is what you were trying to do with Dead Rising.
It's true.
Are you?
I was trying to Paul W.S. Anderson.
They asked for a
Dead
Statham,
Rising.
not a Paul W.S. Anderson.
Not a PWSA?
PWSA. I have a PSA about PWSA.
Oh.
Which is, just let the guy do what he does. He's doing fine. I complimented
Still
him.
Still need to see in the Lost Lands.
I came and went before we got a chance.
It did.
With Batista.
It did. Yeah. It had him.
Bluto. Mm-hmm. Our Bluto.
Yeah, from our Popeye movie.
Popeye movie. Okay. We've gone through quite a bit here in this Statham centric episode. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to delve in? We could. This is a shorter episode, but I don't hate it. We hashed out an entire film.
I love the idea of Statham just being the descriptor of a type of movie.
Yeah, give me a Statham.
Yeah.
What are the specific tropes of a Jason Statham movie? Like I think we know specific things of a Statham movie. I think we've done it. He's got a very simple job. a very simple thing launches him into action. He punches his way through everything and solves the problem with his fists and guns.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mostly it. Like you can describe some of that a bit more, like the crap. Now I can't. I said you could, and then I couldn't.
Because like he's not a hero, but he's a guy with a code.
Kind of,
Yeah.
Which makes him a hero.
Yeah, and I'm just minding my own business. Like he's
right?
always
Like,
minding his own, I don't want trouble.
Yeah. Or sometimes I guess sometimes he does even the transporter
He's just doing
want
his job.
trouble.
He doesn't want trouble. He's just doing his job. But then the second someone crosses the line, it's on.
But like Statham also does a good job of setting up unique fights. Like I know that's weird to say, but like there's
No, you're right. Yeah. The hand-to-hand combat expert. He's like a hand-to-hand combat expert. He's usually mastered some firearm.
Yeah. But then guns usually don't play a key role. They're another side tool. Whereas he will most often end up needing to resort to fists or sticks.
And he improvises like a savant.
Yeah,
like which is sort of what I get what you said earlier about Jackie Chan, the Jackie Chanisms of getting himself into mixing it. Like, fine, this is what's happening. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, he doesn't like jump through ladders, but he will lift up a ladder to hit someone with it.
Yeah. The only thing different between those two, though, not the only thing, but Statham doesn't really become the underdog ever. Does he ever have to fight his way up?
Well, technically, he is always the underdog. He's just not. Jackie Chan is very much the no, I don't want to fight, and then he has to throw a punch back.
Yeah.
So he's very much put upon. Jason Statham is perceived as the underdog in every fight, which is why all of the henchmen are always like, "This is ridiculous. We're 6 guys who are all bigger than you."
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to dismantle them.
And he's like swinging a sledgehammer with nails in it.
Yeah.
Improvising like like a
absolutely.
genius. Yeah. And he's efficient. Statham fights are efficient, similar to John Wick, where I think Keanu Reeves' John Wick is a surgeon with a gun. He is efficient with a gun. Statham tends to, like, when he gets to work, he's efficient with his fists or whatever improvised tools he grabs around him. It's quick takedowns. He uses his power or the power of his enemies against him. And like the best Statham fights, the hits, you feel them. You're like, oh. That's something that Love Hurts earlier this year managed to do, is when those hits hit, there's a lot of
a lot of impact.
The impact, you felt it, like the way they
with A Working Man. I remember the first punch that's thrown, it doesn't involve Jason Statham. It's a goon shows up, several goons show up to rough up this guy at the work site, and one of them hits him, punches him, and it was the loudest punch.
Correct. We were
ever.
in the Dolby. We were filmed for Dolby Atmos. Correct. Just imagining Frank West tossing zombies over railings and like smashing their faces in with frying pans, like whatever. He's in like a sharper image, using a massage thing and just shoving it through an eye, using his camera tripod like a bow staff.
Probably very quickly he would figure out a way to wrap his hands to be able to just straight punch the zombies.
Yeah. Dry one-liners. Like he usually has some. It goes back to that.
They're not necessarily. They're not like classic Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I eat Green Berets for breakfast. What do you eat? Or I'm a Green Beret. I eat guys like you for breakfast. What do you eat?
Yeah.
I eat green. I'm fucking up the line. It's from Commando. It's really good.
No, the Statham's more like dance with a lawnmower. And he just drives it into the scene. You should have stayed dead. You know.
Yeah.
Not cracking them off like Deadpool, but like even like he'll pull the pin on a grenade and go, cover you. I think my Statham is sounding more Australian the more I do it. He doesn't emote, right? He is always pretty stoic, calm. He's got like a clipped tone to him. And the more insane the situation, the calmer he gets.
Yeah. There's pensive and super pensive.
Yeah. Like if the survivors are panicking in Dead Rising and screaming oh god, what's the opening Madonna, Madonna, like the old lady is like her dog. They're already in the mall.
Yeah.
And the freaking dog gets through, and the old lady ruins everything by going after a stupid dog. Anyway, Frank's just like, stay behind me.
Yep.
And it takes out a wave of zombies with like a hockey stick.
The embodiment of calmness.
Yeah. Transporter.
Oh, so another thing that happens in a lot of right, Transporter, another type of Statham movie is what Transporter is, and that's and you'll often see chases, driving scenes in a Statham. And I know we discussed this one, season 1 or 2, Spy Hunter. If The Rock isn't going to make Spy Hunter, give it to Statham.
Having him be an expert driver, he didn't do any like real driving, and he didn't beekeeper, and he doesn't always have to be a good driver because that is such a Transporter thing of his.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I thought when he entered the Fast and the Furious franchise, I'm like, just let him be Frank, because that's his character from Transporter. But yeah, like the driving aspect of it, I think the being on a timer really works for him. Like having a ticking clock element is a Statham. So Dead Rising works in his favor for being on a ticking clock. Having like, the explosion's gonna happen, or like literally or figuratively, the movie's always about racing some clock in his library of films.
Sure. Well, right. As we've discussed when making films, ticking clocks help increase the drama. We will often incorporate some kind of ticking clock.
Honestly, if we can take a moment to acknowledge Chris McQuarrie's writing for the Mission Impossible movies, starting with Fallout. Fallout has a ticking clock in like every scene, and it's not. I'm pointing it out now, so the next time you watch it, you're going to go, "Oh my god, yeah!" They're constantly going, "We got this much time. We got this much time." It helps create tension really easily and really effectively.
Yeah,
that there is and I think Mission Impossible does that almost better than anyone. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. I think it's the best action franchise that exists right now.
Sure,
there's nothing better. And it's because of stuff like McQuarrie's scripts, and even going to Ghost Protocol with Brad Bird. Those movies are constantly about, this is all going to fall apart any second now. It's a beautiful way to create tension, is by putting someone on a clock, figuratively or literally.
And the Statham movies
do that. Yeah,
follow suit.
Let's try to think another. We have to get his shirt off. Like he has to be. He's got to get his shirt off.
Yeah. The zombies are tearing at him.
Did he get his shirt off in Beekeeper? And maybe he's done with shirtlessness. But I'd like to believe in my heart he'll still get oiled up. It's canonically required of his library films.
Does he in Fast and Furious?
Well, I have to go look at my collection.
Gotta go watch him again.
Gotta go watch it. And of course, the mysterious past, right? Like he's got a.
Yeah.
He's. Where did he learn all these skills? I've done things.
The military.
Yeah.
I don't talk about it.
I covered wars.
Yeah.
Frank West is a photo journalist. Like, I've been in war. Cut to a flashback of him strangling like a warlord with a broken tripod of his camera. I think Dead Rising's the correct movie here. It was fun to do Popeye, but I think Dead Rising's the one that checks off all of these boxes, like really effectively. I think.
Yeah.
I guess
and you don't have to worry about like. Well, who are these mooks and minions that are coming after me? It's just more zombies.
Yeah. But also the psychopaths within the mall.
Yeah. There is a variety. Yeah.
So, Buster from, what was it? Crumble Cake.
Delicious.
How did we do? We gave you two offerings here. We gave you something that's a little sillier with Popeye. I just like the idea of him being the Sailor Man, but I think Dead Rising might be the correct answer here. But how do we do? Agree, disagree? We'd love to know. if we did meet your demand today. And you can hit us up if you agree or disagree, and you can whatever we missed, right? But mostly this was a good dissection of an actor.
Sure.
And the closest approximation I can think of is when we did 2 Escape From movies in one episode.
Oh, sure.
We looked at Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken and then built the movies based on the tropes of those.
Mm-hmm.
Buster, you're clearly a fan of Statham. So did we achieve what you would hope? You can message us, obviously, directly. You know how to get to us. But for those listening, you can message us directly at studiodemandsit.com or on Instagram at studiodemandsit. If you're not already, you can subscribe to us on all your podcast catchers of your choice. For that random person who is listening to this and just subscribe.
Do it.
Yeah, this is a weird one to start on, but go for it. Go for it. This is the first episode we're listening to.
I mean, it's Statham. That's going to bring him in.
He's one of the last movie stars.
It's true.
And if you feel like giving us a review, you can do that in the algorithm. Clickety-click. You can find us on YouTube and TikTok, where we post video content, including material not heard on this show. And guess what? There's other places we can go, Jim.
You can come to Reddit at r/StudioDemandsIt.
Look at him do the Reddit part.
And you can go to you can join us on Discord.
I knew you was going to say Discord.
You can go to studiodemandsit.com, and at the top of the page there is a link to an invite for the Discord page.
Is it a hot link?
No, it is not.
Hot link. My Jim Gaffigan over here.
Yep.
I'm throwing up your name.
That is okay. So those are the things.
Okay, you can also find us on Patreon if you want more content. No, not content, material. We're more than just content. We are crafting material here.
Material is a better word.
Yeah. Okay. Patrick,
infotainment.
Yeah, right. Patrick Williams is in my head about that word, and I kind of agree with him. He has a whole thing. Anyway,
content is bloop 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 bloop. Yeah. There you go. There's some content.
Blah, blah, blah. If you want more of what we do, you can go to Patreon, and for a couple bucks a month, you can get episodes early, commercial-free, extended episodes, and movie commentary tracks. And you can also just show us some love by subscribing for free. And as I've been mentioning the past this whole season, the commentary tracks have additional episodes in them. We don't just talk through the movie. We also have additional, sometimes 30 minutes or longer, before, after, during the movie.
We talk. We just keep talking.
We just put microphones in front of ourselves, and we just never shut up. And you people,
for your benefit,
thank you.
So rather than content, quality editorial entertainment.
That was good.
I should be a writer.
You should. Massive thank you to 6'5 Media for everything they do for us. Please check out the other 6'5 shows, such as Another Zelda podcast, an Artificial podcast, and a plethora of others in the library. Jim, do you have anything else?
The Lumberjack.
I mean, him with a freaking axe in his hand, just kicking the ass with
or even a chainsaw. Like, I'm imagining it starts with him with one of them belts. He's way up in a tree, and it shows that he's just a working lumberjack, and there's a crew. But then, what do you think? Drug dealers or terrorists? Or terror drug dealers? Terror dealers.
Like are in the
Druggerists.
Woods. Druggerists. The druggerists are in the woods. And he's just like, I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, but then he has to get involved.
You know what he has to do.
And then you have fights in the woods. You have fights around trucks. You have fights on the highway.
In a mill.
You have fights in the mill.
We're
fights in the river.
We're going to raise the bar on the Final Destination 2 log truck scene.
It's true.
Yeah. And the poster is just him. Like, his back is to camera. He's got his weapon of choice in his hand. He's looking back so we see him in silhouette. And it just says, Lumberjack, kick some axe.
Yep.
That's the poster right there.
The character's name is Jack, by the way.
Jack. Lumberjack. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. We will be back again soon with another one of your demands to challenge ourselves to take on the world of cinema. I'm TC.
I'm Jim.
And this is it.
Oh, it's a line from Pale Rider, but I want him to say at one point he hits someone with just a piece of wood and he says, nothing like a good piece of hickory.
But say it like Jason Statham.
Nothing like a good piece of hickory.
Oh, man, you should have been doing the voice the whole episode. Do a Jim Gaffigan.
Well, No, I can't do it. I can see why you went there. That's the place you start with a Jim Gaffigan impression, but I don't think that's actually because what that voice is that's actually his other people voice.
When he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's still going on about
Yeah.
this. Jim Gaffigan's more like a...
See, and that sounds like a cartoon Jimmy Stewart.
I'm going to tell jokes about living in the Midwest.
That's a Jim Gaffigan.
That's Jim Gaffigan. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all of us Jims sound alike in one way or another.